Hello, hello. Welcome back to the Manifesting Millions podcast. I am your host, Amy van Meijl. I'm delighted to be here with you today. I have been listening to the Royal Shaman podcast lately, and I absolutely adore how she talks about herself, kind of introduces herself at the start of the podcast episode. Stay tuned. I will be writing a proper introduction for myself so you know kind of what I'm about, other than this voice that's just chattering to you through your headphones or your car stereo or your laptop or wherever you're listening to this from. Okay, we're going to carry on with our series, the questions that are from the book called The Right Questions. Check out episode 89 if you want to hear some of the backstory as to why we are doing this. I am just going to roll right into today's episode. My goal for the last, 5 episodes left, is to make them really super short and just tangible. So my goal is about 15 minutes or less so that you can easily just take it in, be like, thanks Amy, peace out homegirl, and head off to your next thing. That is my goal. Fun fact, completely random fun fact. So I'm batching episodes today, which for those of you not familiar with the term batching means that I basically am sitting down and recording a series of episodes. So it's not just one and then I'm done, which is what I typically do. I'm actually sitting down intentionally and recording a series of episodes. I could get into the choices about why I could do that, but that's not related to the point of the story that is taking longer for me to tell you than I intended. I just finished recording an episode, the one immediately before this one. Literally no sooner had I pressed stop recording on my phone to stop recording the episode that Dave called. And I picked up the phone and I was like, okay, your timing could not have been any more epic. If he had called 5 seconds earlier, I still would have been in the middle of trying to record and trying to figure out how do I make this call go away and not have it come through. So anyway, I just thought that was kind of funny. Okay, today's question. So we're going to dive into this one fairly quickly, I think. I want to have this just as a simple one today. So the question is, will I use this situation as a catalyst to grow and evolve, or will I use it to beat myself up? I love this kind of the two sides of this question. So I'm going to do my best today to stay out of some specific examples to let this just ruminate through your brain, something that is going to be a new space for me. So you might notice that it feels uncomfortable for me as I try to stay out of that. But if we kind of look at both halves of the question, so the first part is, is this situation a catalyst to grow and evolve? Meaning that we've talked about choices so many times in this podcast, but this idea of, okay, I'm going to assume that something is happening that may not feel great, might feel a little bit painful, might be something that I could make a lot of mistakes on or do really wrong. And this question being, well, am I going to look at this situation or this opportunity as something that's going to allow me to grow and evolve, become a new person, right? A new version of me. Or on the other side of the question, am I going to use this as a great reason to explain all the reasons why I'm a terrible person, why I'm never going anywhere, why, this is why, I love the thing, this is why we don't have nice things. How are we going to lean into that space, right? I think this is a great question to hold anytime you're facing a tough, why can I not think of words? A tough situation. Oh, had I mentioned it's Friday? It is Friday currently. I felt so bad when I talked to Dave because he hadn't had lunch. It's 2:00 in the afternoon here when he called me, and I was like, you've been working since 8:30 this morning. Please go eat something because you sound exhausted and you can't serve people when you're exhausted. That's a whole different topic. So one of the things that I've been working on a lot the last couple of weeks, I'm finally leaning into the call to actively start building the business. I have had this podcast forever. Those of you who have been with me for the start will know it's been lots of different iterations. It started as the Dare to Begin Small and Mighty podcast. I started with focusing on building your business and how to start a business and get into those things and some of the tangible and practical things that we need to do starting a business. It evolved into me talking about just whatever kind of came to mind. I definitely took long absences from the podcast where I just had nothing flowing through. I had no ideas. I didn't know what to talk about. And I was like, I don't want to just say words to make up airtime in the hopes that somehow it's going to be valuable for people, right? Like that just did not seem aligned to me. But at the same time, that felt very much like a space of like, oh my God, I'm failing on every level. I'm not doing the first thing that they kind of teach you in every possible business program I've ever heard of, which is being consistent. And what ultimately helped me kind of, I suppose, break that cycle of really using this like total lack of inspiration and creativity and really time and drive as a way to just beat the crap out of myself constantly was this other podcast that I listen to regularly that I love. And they just straight up were like, yo, we're going to take a break from podcasting. I've been going at this for a while. I need some time to just kind of recharge my batteries, and maybe podcast episodes will come through while I'm on the break, but expect that there's going to be some time and distance between episodes. And that really unlocked it for me to kind of have that moment of, oh, okay, that's okay. It's okay to do that. It sounds so silly to think about it. Like, of course it's okay to do that, Amy. It's your podcast. You can do what you want to. But, I've had this, it's been in my mind. It's been in my aura. It's been in my sort of whole energy field for a long time that I always knew I'd get back into business. There's a true perpetual entrepreneur's heart that beats in my chest. And I laugh because it drives me a little bit crazy. And like, if you don't have it, if you don't have that drive, to start a business, to be an entrepreneur, to go out to that thing, it won't make sense. And it doesn't, there's no better or worse. It just won't make sense. You just feel like, well, then just don't do it. Like if you're not interested, but it won't go away. OMG. So finally, after some very painful months and some very just wanting to kind of hide from the entire world for a little while, I realized that part of what I was feeling was this friction of, literally hiding from this choice that keeps coming forward, and this voice that kept getting louder of like, hello, please come and do this thing. Hello, we're asking you. You're supposed to be here. Get your ass in gear. Please do this. So finally I went, okay, I'm going to lean in. But if you have ever built a business, OMG, it's fucking hard, right? And this is not my first go round. I had an interior design business for 6 years here in Calgary. I had an interior design business on the side for a couple of years. I don't remember exactly how long, back when I lived in Manitoba. I get the basics, right? Like I'm not walking into this as a complete newbie, not having any idea. And that's probably why I was dragging my feet for so friggin' long, because I know what it takes to build a business. And I was just like, I am not here for it. And finally I went, I can't ignore this anymore. It's becoming painful. It's getting annoying is a big part of it. I just am getting annoyed. And I either had the choice to now go, this voice, this calling, this invitation doesn't seem to be going away. It's only getting louder. So I can either use this as a catalyst and know that it's going to be fucking scary and hard, and I'm going to be just faced with every single one of my fears and my doubts and my worries and those, who the hell do I think I am to talk about this kind of stuff. And I can either lean into that and be like, okay, it just means that we're going to grow. It means that I'm transitioning into this next level version of me, whatever she looks like. Or do I just keep ignoring it and then just keep beating myself up about it, right? Do I just keep going? No, it's not for me. No, it's too hard. No, the timing isn't right. No, the sun isn't angled properly in the sky. I don't know anybody. I don't have any money. I don't have the right resources. I'm not willing to, whatever. Like, it's something that's been staying in my mind very consistently the last little while is this, that when we argue for our limitations, we win every time. And that really I've heard it years ago, but I heard it again recently, and it is just resonating. Like when you, I don't know, strike a harp do you strike a harp? Regardless, when you strike a harp and the note just keeps playing, right? This idea, it's just stayed there. And it comes up as a little pop-up sign anytime that I'm like, okay, I know I should record a podcast today, but I don't feel that great. And then I have to go get my microphone and maybe it's just easier to whatever. Okay, so I'm arguing for my limitations. Or one that I've recently had pop up a bunch of times, the idea of, do I just go get a part-time job? Something fun, something light. One of the frameworks I had around it was, okay, well, want to make the same per hour that I'm making currently in my full-time job, which is kind of wild. You might be shaking your head at me, but stay with me. And then I actually just would love some connection. And I started going down this rabbit hole as I followed through of okay, so what's fun and where do I want to be? Of going, okay, well, maybe I just get a part-time job at Starbucks, or I don't know, what's fun? I don't even know what's fun. That sounds terrible for me to say. But what I suddenly had this moment of clarity, the saying popped into my head again. When I argue for my limitations, I am going to win every time. And I was arguing for the limitation that in order to find some happiness or joy or fulfillment, I needed to give up having stable, consistent, healthy income, and instead choose for an income that's way less than half what I'm making now in order to have that fulfillment or joy or human interaction or whatever. It doesn't make sense when you think about it that way. But I was so far down this rabbit hole that I couldn't see it. And I went, okay, time to stop arguing for my limitations. I'm going to use this space to just grow and evolve, even if it's fucking painful. I'm going to lean into it, and somehow it's going to be okay. And I'm happy to report it's okay. I do laugh when I think about my weeks right now. From Monday to Friday, at any point in any day during any of that span, if you ask me how I am, my answers can range wildly. It can go from, I'm fucking amazing, I'm feeling super lit up, I'm really excited about what I'm doing, I did this today, I read this really amazing thing, to, oh my God, I'm making all the wrong choices, I'm going fucking nowhere, I'm so far behind on things, I'm, who am I even to do these things? And I don't have any drive, and I don't have any good ideas, and I just would rather be dead, actually. It literally could be anywhere in between those two kind of polar opposites. That's a little bit the space that I'm in. It's this huge transition space for me personally, as I'm creating and building this new piece, right? This new element in my life. So that feels like a very rambly episode. And I also just realized that I absolutely snuck in some personal examples. I told you it would be weird. How do I not talk about examples? Anyway, all right, failed experiment. That's fine. I'm cool with it. I can now choose to either use the situation as a catalyst to grow and evolve, or I can use it to beat myself up. I'm going to choose for the former. I'm going to let the latter just disappear into the sunset. Before we go today, I do want to just make note that this particular podcast series is sponsored by the Ultimate Course on manifesting more joy into your life. If you're tired of feeling stuck in a rut, you're tired of always feeling like you're searching for something that can bring you some happiness, to feel that joyfulness, or maybe you get jealous of people who just look happy out in the world and you're like, fuck you, why are you so happy all the time? Maybe it's time to do something about it. right? I've created a course called Manifesting a Million Moments of Joy that is designed to help you uncover the secrets of manifesting more joy and happiness into your life. And here's the important part, to keep it consistently. I want to make sure that what I'm sharing with you in the Manifesting a Million Moments of Joy course is actually creating consistent and long-living joy for you. It does not mean that you will never have a bad day again. You are going to have bad days. However, it does mean that those days might be shorter. The badness, I don't know if that's a verb, might be less, right? As you build this skill and you build this deep reservoir of joy in your life, you will become more resilient. You'll bounce back faster. You'll even potentially find in the moments where you're just like, everything is going fuck shit sideways. What is going on? That you can still tap into that deep knowingness of joy and just kind of be okay, and take this step back, have the macro level look and kind of go, all right, it's going to be all right. So that is all covered in the Manifesting a Million Moments of Joy Masterclass. I would encourage you, if that sounds in alignment for you, to enroll now. You will get instant access to the most recent recording of the masterclass, the why are words hard? The workbook and the meditation that's all included in the course. In order to sign up, I would ask you to please go to amyvanmeijl.com/joy. You will find that URL in the podcast show notes because I totally get that my last name is kind of hard to spell. So amyvanmeijl.com/joy will bring you to the landing page so that you can get signed up for Manifesting a Million Moments of Joy. I wish you just the most amazing rest of your day and look forward to seeing you in the next episode. Bye.